You're looking for a good place to study or perhaps a good tutor? Well, check out the KCLS Study Zone. We're with Annie Pointer, who is the Public Services Specialist for King County Library Systems. And we're going to talk about something I desperately needed as a child, the Study Zone. What's the Study Zone?
So it's free tutoring at the libraries, and we have volunteer tutors who help students in all subjects, K through 12. And students can come in even if they don't have questions. Sometimes students just need a consistent and really positive place to do their homework. So they can come in and work independently. But the tutors are there if they do need help and if they get stuck on something. So it's always the same tutors on the same shift each week. Sometimes there's a substitute who will come in for them. But students can look up the schedule on our website, and it's very consistent. And some kids come, the same kids come every Tuesday. Some kids come every day. And some kids just drop in when they need it and come once a month or every other month as they need help. So we have a list of the tutors' specialties on our website as well, and they can look up exactly who can cover calculus or algebra or statistics. They can also look up who's able to speak a specific language, whether they're studying that language in school or if that's their first language and they need someone who can explain their homework to them in their first language. But we have a huge range of languages represented in our tutors. So there are tutors who speak Farsi, various Chinese dialects, Mandarin, Korean, Russian, Spanish, of course. It really varies. And then we even have people who have studied Latin. They can help you with your Latin or Spanish homework or your French homework or any of the languages that you could be studying in school that you speak at home. We probably have a tutor who we can match up with you.
And how does that happen? As a parent, how do I find out where someone who speaks Farsi, for example, will be?
So if they go to our website, it's kcls.org/study zone. There is a list of tutor languages right on there. And it also indicates what level of fluency they're at in that language. So if they're a beginner and they can help you with beginner French, or if they're fluent in Mandarin Chinese and it can explain your calculus in Mandarin.
Well, I know you wanted to emphasize too, this is all free.
Absolutely free. And that's the biggest question I get asked is, it's free. It's really free? What's the catch? And it's hard for people to really let that sink in, that it's absolutely free and it's drop in. They don't have to register. The kids get to stay completely anonymous. We don't track any personal information.
It takes a little bit of a burden off mom and dad, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I bring my own son to Study Zone for that exact reason. In second grade, homework started to be not so fun, and we hear that from families a lot.
I bet.
That parent-child dynamic, kids know how to push our buttons. And suddenly homework becomes really stressful and it's not an enjoyable thing to do at home. And as soon as they go in and start working with the tutors, that tutor-student dynamic is different than the parent-child. They're going to be a lot more polite and courteous with the tutors. And suddenly they come out of doing their homework smiling and feeling confident because they're not arguing about it with mom and dad. They're just focusing and working on it. And I've found that to be true with my son. That's why we started going.
That's great.
And so now he's actually developing the skills he needs to be practicing, and there's no drama or tension about it.
Well, I would imagine that essentially it's soup to nuts on pretty much any subject.
Yes, all subjects.
From what to what?
All the tutors should be able to help any student from grades K through 6 on all subjects. Anything that they bring in, they should be able to help them on. And then they specialize in the junior high and high school topics. And the students can look that up to see who at their branch or at a nearby branch can help them in their specific, more advanced subject that they're looking for. But it's everything, math, science, reading, everything that they can bring in for homework.
Well, and if I want to volunteer, you must have a good-sized little army of volunteers.
Yep.
How do people do that?
So there's an online application that they fill out, and they have to be at least a junior or senior in high school, and they have to be able to show that they are able to tutor their peers in the advanced academic topics. But most of our tutors are adults who are retired or current professionals working in the banking industry and sciences and tech industry. We have retired history professors and school teachers, a huge array of people that come and want to volunteer their skills. So
Boy, that's great.
At any given time, we have 250 to 300 active tutors.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Throughout the system?
Yep.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And they must get a lot out of this too.
Yeah,
Or they
we
wouldn't be
hear
doing it.
back from them a lot that they get a lot out of being able to see that light bulb go on when the students get something and building those relationships with the students and being able to give back something that is their specialty or their skill, and they're able to really help someone else understand that. So the program is open to anyone K through 12 studying any subject, but we also work with students up to the age of 21 who are studying for their GED test. So we do extend it a little bit for them.
What do you like best about this, about study zones?
Being able to help students who are sort of in between that, they aren't struggling enough that they're going to get assigned help by their school district, and they're not such high achievers that their parents are paying for a private tutor for them or maybe can't afford to pay for a private tutor for them. But they're in that middle where they need support, but who's going to help them? If you're a student who is new to this country and your parents are still struggling to learn the English language, if they can't read enough English to help you understand your homework assignment, how are they going to help you with it? Those students can come in and they have someone who can sit down with them and explain the homework assignment to them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's great to talk to you. Great to hear about the study zone.